Me and my brother, we've kind of had a love-hate relationship our whole lives, and the one consistent thing that we've had is fishing together. That was our escape every weekend. You know, between after school, little outings, going out and flats fishing on our fathers on the weekend and going out with our dad, that's just kind of how we grew up.
Two brothers, two fishing guides, one land of water. It's a competition between them. Every day, Brandon and Jared Cyr head out into the flats of Key West to chase tails and shadows, trying to solve this Rubik's Cube of greens and blues. But what if they combine their superpowers? How would that turn out? If you come for a honeymoon or family vacation, Key West looks like this. But below the waterline is some of the best fishing in the world. Key West, Florida, the neon heart of the Florida Keys, the end of America, a 7 square mile island best explored by flip-flop. The fishing we're here to do is not chunking and chumming offshore. This is flats fishing, where bonefish, tarpon, and permit represent the Grand Slam trifecta. To succeed in this endeavor, find someone who's been fishing the Keys their entire life. Perhaps a fourth-generation guide.
Brandon and I grew up, you know, basically our dad being a guide, having a boat our whole lives. I think I had a boat since I was 8. We were kind of far apart in age group, 5 years. So, you know, when I was 10 years old and he was 15, it's a pretty big age gap there, and completely different things. But the one thing we always had in common was fishing.
Was there a competition between you two when you were younger?
Oh, me and Jared have always had competition between us. Our relationship has changed over the years from, you know, that, you know, sibling rivalry to the, you know, you love each other, we work with each other every day. We both have shared general knowledge with each other, but we definitely have our little niches that each one of us knows these little spots. And it's really tough because you want to help the other one out, but you don't want to lie to them too.
It's funny because Brandon told us that you keep a lot of secrets.
I bet he did. So there's always these awkward conversations, you know, today, like you get these very vague answers. I share a lot with him. I feel like he gives decoy spots out. He's 30 miles in the other direction. And he'll be like, oh, I was out west. Like, okay, like, where out west? He goes, on the north side, which can be a 20-mile span. That's how things typically go between us.
It's blowing 20 knots. Sight fishing is a no-go. The odds aren't good.
A lot of people prefer bone fishing over sand versus grass. For me, it's more about water depth. Those fish are looking for shrimp, which live in grass and live in sand. Those fish are also looking for safety and protection. Bonefish out in 8 to 10 feet of water have a lot more predators. When they get up into a shallow area and 1 to 2 feet of water, they're focused mainly just on feeding.
Nice. Good job, Bubba.
Woo-hoo!
Nice.
Oh, what a beautiful sound. Good one. All right. Oh, that's awesome. It flies out. Cool. Sweet, man. Thanks for the push, big bro.
You're welcome, little bud.
All right, well, I think it's fair turn up on the bow now.
All right, sounds good.
The conditions aren't improving, but somehow the fishing is. An ocean forest, an aquatic island, equal parts land and sea, mangroves are a cornerstone of flats fishing and of the grand ecosystem that is planet Earth. To the naked eye, mangroves are a jumbled web of contorted roots, but they serve many functions: habitat, shelter, food source, water purifier, defender against erosion. Mangroves are foundational to tropical and subtropical areas around the world, including the Florida Keys.
One of the things that comes in time of day, especially for bonefish, is sight. You want the sun to be as high as possible, especially when it comes to super cloudy conditions like we have. You're trying to make everything happen. You have all these variables: high winds, clouds, and then you're trying to find the right water depth. For example, the last spot that we ended up, we couldn't see because we had the clouds over. Even though the sun was up as high as it could, we were able to find some spots that were tucked out of the wind, but the water was also low enough that the fish were tailing and pushing wakes. If they weren't tailing and pushing wakes, we wouldn't have been able to see them. So it's using those little tiny methods like that and cornering these fish in little spots and pockets that can make it a lot more successful. fishing's a rewarding sport to begin with, and let alone when you do it on tough conditions, when other boats stay home and say, nah, we're not gonna try it, and we can go out and make it happen. You know, that feels really good.
Yeah, buddy. Good job, Jared.
Next up, early morning, sun shining, tarpon feeding, Cyr's winning.
All right, what you got for me,
There
Captain?
was one at like 11 a second ago.
See it going off in that slick over there?
They're all over in here, you just gotta get lucky.
Each spring, thousands of tarpon arrive in the Florida Keys, an ancient migration that brings them from the depths of the Atlantic into the backcountry shallows. By early summer, Silver King season is in full bloom.
There he is, hit him.
Oh! That was such a cool eat. Oh, that's what we're like it, buddy.
Good job.
Thank you. Yeah, man. I love my job. Fish this big don't ever jump either. Oh, that's so cool. This is always what amazes me about tarpon is this last 5-10 minutes, man. Every time you think they're done, they somehow conjure up a little bit more energy. All right, coming to you. There you go. All right, what an awesome fish, dude. Late season tarpon, sunrise on the 10 weight,
Yeah.
That's awesome. Man, colors, scales, prehistoric animal. Woo-hoo!
Good job, buddy.
Way to go, big bro. Thanks for the push, man. What an awesome fish. Greatly appreciated, big girl.
There she goes.
There she goes.
That's how I like to start my mornings out.
Better than any cup of coffee.
Yep. kind of walked up and like 4 big schools there, and we whacked one before my brother did, so that makes me happy. Come here, little buddy.
That's awesome.
The least cooperative species has evaded the Cyrs thus far. One last chance to land a permit and hit a grand slam.
Okay, they're going away.
You see him still?
I just saw a tail pop out right there.
Permit, the most evasive of the silver-scaled flats dwellers. But if it's afternoon and there are crabs in the live well and a Cyr brother on the rod and the push-pull, the odds of completing a grand slam are quite good.
Permit fishing, as anybody knows, is hard to begin with, let alone blacked out, see 30 feet from the boat. It's hard. You gotta kind of like to get beat up, but then there's the days where it's bluebird skies, 10 to 12 knots. Those kind of days are what make the hard days like what today was worth it. Good job, dude.
Dude, that is awesome. I love Permit. Finally get a little bit of light and we can make it happen. It's just...
We got him. Hard work pays off.
I wonder how much money goes into every permit. If you're not an excellent fly catcher, you're not gonna catch one of these. And they'll come down for 5-6 days at a time. Hotels, flights, this is a $30,000 fish. Okay, here we go.
Looking up, can't you see it's only us? We don't need the things that others said were true.
Roots hold us in place and keep us from drifting out to sea. You may not always appreciate them, but make no mistake, you've depended on them all along.
Follow me into all we could be. Let's just fall into a place where we don't know.